So good morning. My name is Zola Chayana. I'm from Ngobo, Eastern Cape. I grew up from an era where they say men don't cry. Yes. We were taught that men don't cry. Men don't share or show their emotions, which is what I tried to keep on doing, even though I come from a family where my grandfather used to tell me that it's okay to cry. But because society expected me not to cry as a man, especially as a person, it got to a point where the first diagnosis was around 2007, after I tried to commit suicide. And the signs were there as far back as 2006. When I look back now, I remember I was working for MTN then. I closed myself in my room for about 2 weeks. Didn't bath. I don't know how many times I ate in that 2 weeks. Didn't go out. Up until my family came to pick me up from Durban and drive me back to Queenstown. And when I was diagnosed with depression then, I said, not me. I'm a man, I'm a Xhosa man, and I come from a family that is not poor, so therefore I couldn't have depression. So today I'm talking as a father. I have a six-year-old boy. You pardon me. I have a 6-year-old boy. He's turning 7 in April, and I've got twins, boys as well, who turned 3 in September, on the 21st. So I'm speaking as a father who's living with depression, but I'm speaking as a husband who is living with depression. But not only that, living with depression and being unemployed, no income that is coming. Now, I'm told that as authors, we're also entrepreneurs. So basically, I'm a small business person who's not making enough money. There's a woman here who's my wife who has to take care of me, who has to take care of my household, who has to take care of my children. And also, I have a mother who's not working, sisters who are not working. Who will come back and say, this and this is not there. Can you give us some money? Knowing fully that I'm not working, but because I'm the firstborn, they expect me to make a plan. Yeah. And also because I'm an author, they expect me to make a plan. But how do I make a plan when I know nothing? Where will I get the money from? I've had to take away the one thing that most men have, which is pride, and put it aside. Those who know, who might know me from Facebook, know that I talk about depression a lot. I talk about my issues living with depression a lot. I even posted on Facebook that when I got retrenched last year in October, that guys, I've been retrenched and I need employment. People shared that post, and there was a lot of people that were coming to me saying, but what about your pride as a man? Going on social media saying you are unemployed. And I said, what do I have to lose? I've already lost a job. So now if I keep quiet, I'm going to lose my wife, I'm going to lose my kids, and I'm going to lose my life. And I remember when it happened, the second diagnosis, that changed my life. That was in 2016. I think it was the 12th, 13th of December when I tried to commit suicide again. Leaving my wife with kids who were 2 months old and their brother. And at the back of my mind, all I wanted was to get out of it all. Work was hectic. I'm also a workaholic, but I'm also too opinionated for people's liking. So therefore, if you talk too much at work and you say, but that doesn't work like this, people are going to pick on you and say, but you have too many opinions. So I didn't want things to end just like that. And I said, you know what? Stuff it. I'm gone. Drove all around Gauteng trying to find the perfect spot where I'm going to kill myself, but that didn't happen. And I ended up admitting myself at Pretoria Ace Hospital. She didn't know where I was. My phones were off. I didn't care. Left a suicide note. Didn't care about anybody else. It was about me. When I got admitted, I stayed, Doc, at the mental hospital for 37 days. Dr. Lawrence usually says I'm the record holder because people stay for 21 days. But I stayed for 37 days. Because for the first 2 weeks, he couldn't get through to me. I had built such a shell around myself that even a psychiatrist and his entire team, a social worker, a psychologist, everybody, they couldn't break it for 2 weeks. But the day he decided to put aside the textbook and deal with me as a person, that's the day he got to crack me. And we developed a friendship between me and him that allowed him to delve deeper to assist me become a better person. When I came out, I had a different outlook of life, in life. For me now it was a matter of saying, okay, I'm not going to do this, and if when you want to do it, go ahead. I don't care, but I, Zola, I'm not doing it. I became firm when I said no. I became firm when I said I'm not doing it. I learned to be selfish. But now how do you become selfish when you have children and a wife? I would sit and look at my wife coming back from work tired. And again, remember, I'm supposed to be the one providing. She comes back home tired. And the first reaction that I have, I'm a failure. What does that do to me as a man? It kills my ego. Now I'm a failure, my ego is gone. And thoughts that are coming again is that, you know what? Before I fail even more, because the time that people commit suicide is not the time when they're in the deep pit. It's when they see themselves going back into that pit. Because they know how dark that pit is. And they know how painful and how lonely that pit is. So when they see that they are going to go down back into that pit, that's when they commit suicide. Hence you will find a person saying, but he was so happy, he was laughing. Yet at night he committed suicide. Because he saw that I'm going back to the pit. And I do not want to go back to that position because it's painful, it's lonely, it's dark. Now, there are thoughts that I'm a failure. And the first thing, okay, if I'm a failure, that means her family, how is it looking at me? How are they looking at me? How are friends looking at me? How is society looking at me? And the next thing, thoughts of suicide come back. It's also not helping, Doc, that I'm on ARVs. And one of the side effects of one of the ARVs is suicide. So basically every single day I'm taking a pill that is making me suicidal. But I have to fight these suicide thoughts. And I won't lie, her support is one of the things that make me to be here today. And the fact that at times when I'm in that mood where, I don't know, I just cry. She understands that, okay, maybe he's going through whatever he's going through. Yeah, she understands. So I've had to open up to her to say, you know what, I don't feel good today. I cry. I don't cry in front of my kids because I don't want them to see me ugly. As ugly as I am, I can't afford to get my children to see me in that state. But I try not to cry in front of my kids. Not because I'm ashamed, but I do not want them to see the vulnerability in their father. Remember, these are boys that I'm raising. I want to raise them to be strong men, but to understand that as much as you're supposed to be strong as a man, there are times when you become vulnerable. But at this age, they can't comprehend when those times are. Hence, I'm not talking to them about me when I'm vulnerable. But there will come a time when I'm going to say to them, look, I'm living with depression. I'm living with HIV. Oh, I'm living with about 5 or 7 chronic conditions. So all life, I don't have life insurance, because no life insurance company will ever take me because of the chronic conditions. So how then do I prepare for my children? Not working. Business is not doing well, no life cover. How do you prepare for your children? So you have, every single day, you have to come up with coping mechanisms. You have to come up with this mental strength. And if you do not have someone who's supportive next to you, you will never be able to do that. I'm coping with all this because I have a wife who's very supportive. At times, she cracks as well. But I know she doesn't crack because she's saying, I'm tired of you. No. She cracks because the burden is too much. The load is too much for one person to bear. I have learned that because I'm at home most of the times, when she comes back, I'm trying, every day she must come back, I have cooked. We do have a nanny, yes, and we fight between me and the nanny who's going to cook, and the nanny always wins because I'm also lazy. But in most cases, I try to cook. I try that on some days, if I've got a little money, let me take her out for breakfast, for movies, just to say to her, I appreciate what you're doing. That's how I've managed to cope, by trying to appreciate the support system that I have. Because without this person, I wouldn't be coping today. So I have a wife who's understanding, and I try, by all means, to spend time with my kids because they are some of the things that I'm living for at this stage. And at times, I want, because I want to write a book, but they want to play. And so I have to choose between writing the book and playing with my kids. But I know whatever choice I make, which is always them winning, playing with daddy, whenever I play with them, my mind gets rejuvenated. And I come back and write again. So basically, I try and I talk. I'll get into your car and I'll tell you all my problems. And I'll get out and leave you with all my problems. If you see me on Facebook, everything, my life is up there. I talk. I learned that keeping secrets, as the Marcus was saying, keeping secrets is one of the things that are killing us. You know, when people say Ulihlanga, it's because you might have given them the power. But when you say, Emadad, please pardon me, I'm going to say it like it is because of Ulihlanga. They can't go around gossiping about you. They don't have the power. Once you say something, that people can use against you, and it comes from you, they can't use it against you. So you take away that power from them. You say, I am living with depression. I am not depression. I'm living with depression. And there's another thing, Doc, that we don't look at. And I've always said to the doctors that are my friends, whenever men, or whenever we have children, men need to be tested for paternal postpartum depression. Very few men, or very few people know that even during pregnancy, men can suffer depression because of the pregnancy, and not the woman. And after childbirth, it becomes the man who suffers from depression, not the woman. And that is one of the most misdiagnosed cases in this country. Because not so many cases are investigated on postpartum depression for men. And it's something that, when I look back, I always say, could it have been that I got overwhelmed by the fact that they were twins? We were struggling with one child, and now they were twins. Could it have been that my problems could have arisen from the fact that I was saying, I can't cope, but I had nobody to talk to? So we need to look into at all these things to make sure that our mental health is always on point, if there's anything like always on point. But we need to try and make sure that we take care of ourselves. Become selfish. I try to eat healthy, Doc. Whenever I try to eat healthy in my mind, of course.
Oh my gosh.
I hate exercising, which is another addiction. And I hate sleeping. I hate sleeping. So there's an issue. I know that I'm supposed to be sleeping at least for 8 hours, especially with my condition, but I hate sleeping. I know I'm supposed to be walking, but my wife will fight trying to drag me from here to that corner because I'm lazy. Eating healthy, I'm lazy. Bring me McDonald's, I'll eat. Bring me veggies, we'll fight. Bring me meat, I'll eat. So for me, it's a matter of having the will to do things right. And this is one thing I always tell people. I struggle with it. You know, I don't know how many times I've tried to smoke, to stop smoking. And whenever something hits me, the first thing I run and buy cigarettes. Because that's my coping mechanism. And I know it's wrong. So again, what needs to be done? If you have a family member who is living with depression, please note, or with mental health illnesses or conditions, please note that they are not mad. They are having a mental health disorder. They can still function. I know I'm one of the most brilliant people, and that has never been diminished by the fact that I have depression. So do not insult my intelligence. I'm still intelligent. The fact that I have depression doesn't take away my intelligence. So if you have a family member who's living with depression, please treat them the same way you were treating them. When they are saying, I am tired, please understand that their tiredness might not be physical, but emotional. When somebody is saying, you know what, I want to give up, just sit and be with them. When they say, I'm lonely, just be there. You don't have to say a thing. Just be there. And when they give hints that they might commit suicide, please be mindful of those hints. Because it's then that they are going to actually do it. You know, at times when they say, I'm going to kill myself, they're still trying to warn me. But when it's time for them to do it, so be mindful of the person's actions. I'm not sure if there's anything else. If there's anything, please feel free. I'll be